8 years, one verdict. The 2017 Malayalam actress assault case. What justice demands. On the night of 17th February 2017, a night that would shake the foundations of Malayalam cinema, a young actress traveling in a car near Kochi was abducted, assaulted, and allegedly filmed. The visuals, the crime, the fear all began inside a car, a crime that journalists, survivors, insiders called shocking. And now, 8 years later, a verdict is just days away. Let's see what happened. This timeline starts from 2017 to 2025. According to police records and the charge sheet, what began as an abduction turned into a 2-hour ordeal. The actress was forced into a vehicle, assaulted by a group of men, and the assault was reportedly videographed with the intention of blackmail or humiliation. The first arrest happened almost immediately, but the case soon expanded from a gang assault to an elite conspiracy implicating more powerful name. The first accused, Pulsar Suni or Sunil NS, was arrested on 23rd of February 2017. Others including Martin Anthony, VP Vijesh, B. Manigandan were taken into custody earlier or in the days following this crime. As investigations deepened, police began suspecting a larger conspiracy. On 10th July 2017, prominent film industry figure Dileep, or called as P. Gopalakrishnan, was arrested and named as the 8th accused. The charge is comprising to abduct and assault the actress. He spent around 85 to 88 days in custody before being granted bail. What followed was a trial that stretched over 8.5 years, which is the long road. The prosecution presented a mountain of material, 833 documents, 142 material objects, and testimony from 261 witnesses. But the path was tortuous. In-camera hearings, multiple legal petitions, claims of digital evidence tampering, hostile witnesses, withdrawals of prosecutors, and delays at every turn. The final arguments were completed in April 2025, yet procedural clarifications kept pushing the verdict. The case was adjourned 27 times before the court finally reserved judgment. Now, on 8th December 2025, the world watches. Over the years, dozens of names surfaced, some as accused, others as witnesses, some as part of wider debate that shook the Malayalam film industry. The first one was Pulsar Suni or Sunil NS, as I mentioned before. He, the prime accused, according to reports, he surrendered to police, claimed the assault was committed after a so-called quotation, implying financial motivation. Second, Dileep, charged with criminal conspiracy, among other offences. He was repeatedly denied guilt. His arrest, release on bail, and ongoing career, even while facing a criminal trial, have made him one of the most controversial figures in Malayalam cinema. Third, investigating officer Baiju Paulos. He was the DYSP, the key crime branch officer overseeing the case. He was the final prosecution witness after 109 days of testimony. Film industry witnesses. The trial involved testimonies from several film personalities and insiders. Among them was the actor cum director Lal, whose name came up in early reports. Public or political personalities. Over the years, public figures and former politicians have commented or been named in public debates around the case. For example, P.T. Thomas, MLA, has appeared in media coverage and public discourse surrounding sets, safety, and investigations. Please note, much of this comes from archive reports and public statements. Official court papers primarily list the accused and direct witnesses only. Next was the journalist and media figures. The case also brought into focus the role of media, including journalists like Venu Balakrishnan, especially in covering allegations, leaked audio visuals, public statements, and societal reaction. With so many clashing personalities, so many interests, film, money, politics, media, the case becomes more than a criminal trial. It becomes a reflection of power structures. Why did the trial take nearly 9 years? The answers lie in a mix of legal complexity and systemic inertia. The assault was allegedly recorded. The defense and prosecution sparred over memory cards, digital backups, access to files, and possible tampering. The move to extract and verify digital evidence showed things significantly. Throughout, many witnesses turned hostile, withdrew statements, retracted or changed details, creating confusion and weakening the prosecution's narrative. The trial saw frequent adjournments, 27 in its final phase alone, as defense and prosecution argued over procedural aspects. There were also serious allegations after a statement by a film director in 2021 claiming he had seen the visuals at Dileep's residence. A supplementary charge sheet was filed. A parallel FIR was registered accusing the accused of threatening the investigating officer, which was then Baiju Paulos, and tampering with the evidence. In a case defined by shadows, hidden videos, hostile witnesses, power plays, it became difficult to determine the truth. And that is perhaps the root of the delay. What's next? The next is definitely the verdict, which is coming on 8th December 2025. The verdict is due on this date. All 10 accused, including Dileep and Pulsar Suni, have been directed to appear before the Ernakulam Principal Sessions Court. This verdict will not only decide legally guilt or innocence, it will once and for all test if justice can survive against power, media pressure, and decades-long social stigma. If convicted, it could lead to a reckoning in Malayalam cinema, a sigh of relief for survivors, and a benchmark for accountability. If acquitted, it will raise painful questions about evidence, witness protection, media trials, and whether money and influence were stronger than the truth. But whichever way it goes, for a woman who survived hell, for a film industry that watches, for society that demands fairness, the outcome will matter far beyond court halls. The TUI perspective, or this is our signature segment. At TUI, we believe every major case needs an unmasked lens, not just what court decides, but what society must ask. What we think after unmasking all the facts is that power delays justice. 8.5 years is not just long, it's telling. When evidence is digital, when witnesses are many, when accused are influential, time becomes a weapon for those with resources. Second, the timing is never accidental. With the verdict just days before local body elections, some wards go to polls on 9 and 11th of December 2025. So we must ask, is this about justice or optics? Just imagine. The due date is on 8th of December and the elections start on 9th of December. Does that sound something familiar? This case shows how film, money, politics, and media are entangled. From big screen stars to investigative officers, from media houses to political names, the web is wide, and in every direction there is potential for influence, intimidation, and for silence. Survivors pay the price, whatever it is, for a woman who has assaulted, violated, and then publicly questioned. This delay, the repeated hearings, the hostile witnesses, it's not just a trial, Its trauma stretched over nearly a decade. At TUI, we say justice should not be a slow justice. It should be a fair justice, transparent, impartial, and timely. And on 8th December, we'll all see if the system or the shadows win. The day of judgment is near, but regardless of what the verdict says, some truths are already out. Power, privilege, delay, silence, and the long journey of a survivor waiting for justice. That is all we see now. This is the Unmasked Indian. We will bring you the verdict, the order, and the fallout because in darkness, only truth can shine. Stay tuned.